What's up, everybody? Travis here from Travis.media. Hey, so today I'm going to be doing something a little different. This is not really targeted exclusively at developers, but developers drink a lot of coffee. But anyway, this year I actually went 6 months without any coffee. So I want to talk about what I learned from that, the biggest lesson I learned from that, and what my future plans are for coffee. Let me ask you something, man. Does your wife ever ask you to hold her purse? Like, hey, I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Hold this purse for me. Or, hey, I'm gonna carry little Johnny. Do you mind carrying my purse? How do you carry it? Like, as a man, like, what's the best way to carry your wife's purse? Like I don't want to be like on my shoulder. Like,
we don't do that.
Okay, guys, we don't do that kind of thing. Also, we don't kind of grab it like Jerry did in that one episode where he had the European carry-off. We don't carry it like that either. You know, we don't walk around like this. That's not cool either. So what do we do? So I've been thinking about it, and I think we got two options, okay? Because we don't want to seem like we're comfortable with it. We gotta show people, hey, I'm holding this for my wife, you know, and that's what I do. But also, I'm a little uncomfortable with it, okay? So you gotta show that kind of balance. So here's how you show that balance. Here's what I suggest. How about the grip, okay? Look at that. So the first one is to carry it by its handle like this. All right, look at that. That's uncomfortable. That's like carrying this for my wife, but I don't really like it. The second is to really man up and give it a twist. Look at that. Yeah, that's where it's at. I'm holding this, but it's just for a time. Okay, and then I'm giving it back. All right, so before we get started, as always, if you're into web development, coding, career advancement, conquering life, any of that stuff, consider hitting that subscribe button below and hitting the bell if you want to be alerted when new videos are released. Lots of great videos on the way. So like I already mentioned, earlier this year, I decided to stop drinking coffee. So I went 6 months with no coffee. Now, how did I do that? Well, it's kind of easy, actually. I came down with some kind of bug. Like, I never get sick, but I got sick back in February, and I couldn't drink coffee. You know, I tried to force it down. I just couldn't. It would make me sick. So I went like 3 days or something. I couldn't drink any coffee. And I guess I went through the whole withdrawal or whatever you go through, but I was sick, so I didn't know it. So when I got better, I was like, all right, time for coffee. But I thought about it, you know what? I'm kind of off coffee now, and I wonder what it feels like to not drink coffee, to not, you know, be dependent on coffee. And so I decided to stop, and I went 6 months like that. Now, I can't speak on how I felt, whether, you know, things were more balanced, whether I didn't hit that afternoon slump, whether I had more energy. I just don't know. Like, I couldn't tell. I think I would have to start it again and then stop it and then start it to see that. You know, I didn't feel much difference because it was kind of gradual. It just kind of happened, and I just went with the flow. And sometimes when things happen gradually like that, you don't see any differences. It's kind of like when you see your kids every day and you don't realize they're getting taller, and then somebody sees them and they go, oh, they've gotten so tall. You know, it's kind of like that kind of thing. But I did learn a huge lesson over these 6 months. Okay, I spent a little time in the coffee shops. You know, I always hated going to coffee shops because it smelled so good. And they were like, what can I get you, sir? And I'd have to be like, can I get a tea? I just want a tea. You meet somebody for coffee and they're like, what'd you get? And you're like, English breakfast or something like that. It's just, So I spent time at the coffee shops, and I was watching people. So you got these college kids, they got their, you know, MacBooks out, and they got, you know, coffee, and they're drinking coffee, and you kind of look at them and you see they don't even really enjoy it. Like, they're sipping it and they're kind of forcing it down. And you know, if you talk to them, they'll be like, I gotta have my coffee, man. If I don't have my coffee, I can't make it through my day, or I gotta stay up and study this test. I need my coffee. So I came to realize there's this huge dependency culture on coffee, and that was one reason why I didn't start coffee back. I don't like that. Like, when I go to places and people are like, hadn't had my coffee yet, I just don't like that. I don't want to be that kind of person, and I was that kind of person. I was drinking, like, I'm talking like a full pot a day of coffee. I was that guy that can drink coffee in the bed, reading my book before I go to sleep, and it doesn't affect me. So I was kind of dependent on it. Like, I could drink lots of coffee and the caffeine has no effect on me that I could feel. And to me, I didn't like that. Like, what am I even drinking this for anymore? I used to get like, a little peppy sensation. I used to really enjoy drinking it, but I don't. I'm kind of hooked on it now, and so I just didn't like that. I don't like the dependency. So I didn't want to start back because of that. So what are the alternatives? Like, I didn't want to stop coffee forever. It's just something I really like. And it's October now, and the cool weather's starting to come in, and I just kind of miss it. Like, I miss sitting out and drinking coffee and talking with people and stuff. But I don't want to start it. I don't want to be that kind of dependent person on coffee. So what to do? So I spent a little time thinking about it, and there is another side to coffee that people don't really get or stick to, and that's the coffee culture. So wherever you go in the world, people can be brought together by coffee. Everywhere you go, there's coffee shops, there's different kind of beans, there's new things to try, and people are sitting together, they're drinking coffee. People are enjoying it again. People are enjoying coffee. And I think that's the big difference. There's a dependency on coffee versus an enjoyment of coffee. So what I said was, if I'm gonna start drinking coffee back, I got to get back into the enjoyment of it, not the dependency of it. And so I kind of, thought about it. And so this morning I had my first cup of coffee, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was the best thing in the world. And here's what I have to say about it. It's been a while since I drank coffee, so I got a little peppy after it. I enjoyed it. That's the caffeine, of course. I felt the caffeine again in forever. That was nice. But here's another thing. I wake up really, I get up at 5 in the morning. I get up really early. I have a morning routine that I do every morning. I'm going to share that one day here on YouTube and help you get your own, because it's super important. But I used to love to get up exactly at 5. Like, I didn't have any problem getting up because I knew I was going and making that cup of coffee that I could sit down and do my work with. I really enjoyed that. But the past 6 months I hadn't been able to do that, and it's been harder for me to wake up. It's not like that's all I live for. It's not like that. I like to look forward to that cup of coffee when I first wake up, that warm cup of coffee to drink while I'm doing my work. So this morning I woke up, made some coffee, and I got up on time. I didn't have any struggles, and it was lovely. So here's the plan going forward with coffee. I want to be a person who enjoys coffee, doesn't depend on coffee. And the only way I can do that is by limiting my coffee intake. I can't be like, I'm gonna make a pot and drink the whole pot throughout the morning and the afternoon. Just not gonna do that. So I'm gonna have to stick to 1 to 2 cups a day. And what do I mean by enjoyment? I mean, you can drink it and feel the caffeine. You can feel that peppiness, and you can enjoy it, basically. You enjoy the taste, you enjoy the feeling. If you ever get to the point where you just drank it and you don't feel anything, but you just need it, like that may not be good. You're kind of missing out on the good parts of coffee. And so that's my plan. I'm gonna have one when I first wake up, and that may be it. But at most, I'm gonna have one more, maybe if I meet somebody for lunch or something. But that's it. I'm just gonna have two cups at most a day. And just a side note, I've done a lot of reading about the health benefits or not benefits that coffee has on people. And studies show this one day and show that one day. And if you put them all together, they all tell you one thing. Okay, coffee is actually good for you in many ways. There's antioxidants, there's all kind of studies that have shown up about coffee, blood pressure and all this stuff. But if you put them all together, they also say in moderation, like 1 to 2 cups a day, you get the benefits. And what do I mean by in moderation, like 1 to 2 cups in moderation? Well, basically, it's just your normal coffee mug. So you got all different sizes, but those ones you get, that your mom's got or something, just a little normal coffee cups, just 1 or 2 of those, okay? Not the things are bigger in Texas 3-gallon coffee mug. That doesn't count. You can't do 2 of those because it's really 5. And then after that second cup, the third cup, the pot, whatever, you start to lose those benefits. Also, you start to lose that enjoyment of coffee, that feeling it gives you, the taste, the culture around it. You start to become dependent on it, and it's just something you do. You just wake up, gotta have my coffee. I don't want to get there. So I started coffee back this morning. It was lovely, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning where I get to make a new cup. And that's my plan moving forward. And I think it's a good one. Just limit the coffee and enjoy it. So that's all I wanted to say. Coffee, I'm back. and hopefully you glean some kind of benefit from this video. Have you quit coffee before? Have you had to regulate your coffee intake? Are you just a pot a day drinker? Whatever it is, leave me a comment below. Let's discuss. Is this helpful? Is this not helpful? Let me know. So that's it for today. If this was beneficial, hit that like button. If not, then don't hit dislike, of course, you know. That's it for now. See you in the next video.